Hello everybody, my name is Chiru, and today I decided I wanted to do something a little fun. Since the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct is going to happen in less than a month, I decided I wanted to give you my predictions. But not just my predictions, I wanted to fill out the Nintendo Switch 2 Direct bingo! So without further ado, let's begin. So first in line, I wanted to talk about the price because my thought is that this is going to be a long time between this direct and the launch of the console, so they have to give us a price. And my price range for the console will be about $400 to $450. Now I know I would love it for it to cost less, but I think that is the price they're going to settle on. Before I continue, some people are going to be some wise guys and say, technically the console costs $399.99, so you will be off by a cent. Okay, fine guys. Fine, wise guys, here you go. Here you go. This is going to be the price range of the console. This is, the price reveal is going to be somewhere around $399.99 to $450. Obviously, I'm talking in US dollars. If you live somewhere in another, country, the price might be different, but this is the price, I think, at least in the United States. Now, moving on to the next part. Next, the first game reveal. So I have a couple of game reveals in my bingo card. So the first one is kind of a gimme. Our brand new Mario Kart, which already has been shown. We have already seen the new Mario Kart, even if it was for all of 8 seconds. We know that it's gonna. So, what's gonna be the gimmick here? Well, it's simple. It's gonna be a launch title. New Mario Kart, it's gonna be a launch title. Simple as that. Now next on the list. Now this one might sound a little bit odd for me to talk about it, but I think Nintendo will want to show you your accessories. And we haven't seen the Pro Controller. There has been some showings about what the Pro Controller is gonna look. It's gonna probably mimic the Joy-Con more this time. So if it is, I think we're going to be seeing the Pro Controller shown to us, and it's going to show us, yes, the Pro Controller looks kind of like Joy-Con. It has the mouse functionality as well. I will totally 100% enjoy having that Pro Controller reveal. Now, this is the next game reveal. This is one that is equally parts easy to try and figure out and really, really hard for me to figure out what it can be, because this is going to be a brand new quirky IP. This is going to be just a brand new game IP. It's not going to be related to Mario or Splatoon or ARMS or anything that has appeared in Smash Brothers before. We're not going to see it. It's going to be brand spanking new. And this is going to be one of those games that is going to be used to showcase what the Switch 2 is capable of, both graphically and also in terms of capabilities, the special utility. This is going to be it. This is going to be the one. Okay, speaking of the special functionality of the Joy-Con and the Switch, mouse mode shall be officially unveiled, even though it technically was unveiled at the trailer. So they will explain how mouse mode works. They're gonna show us mouse mode. They're gonna explain how it works. They're gonna spend actually an uncomfortable amount of time showing us mouse mode, making sure that we understand what it is. Even though we've been using, anybody who's used a computer knows what a computer mouse is and knows how it works. Okay, on the second row, what do I have? We have a very important revival, a new game that has been asked for time and time again, and it's finally going to be revealed on the Switch 2 Direct, and that is ARMS 2, baby! ARMS 2! ARMS is coming back! Yes, I know people would rather have something like Excite Bike or F-Zero game that is not F-Zero 99, but I think this is it. This is their chance at redemption. This is we're gonna take everything that worked with ARMS, we're gonna crank it up to 11, and we're gonna make sure it works this time. We're gonna give it the breathing room it deserves. And if it doesn't sell, it's probably gonna join the ranks of Custom Robo and Chibi Robo, but this is their chance. And you might be saying, isn't the ARMS team also the same people that makes Mario Kart? What I think is that Mario Kart has been done for a long time. and they're just waiting like to show it, to like reveal it. That's why Mario Kart is going to be a launch title. But Arms 2 is not going to be a launch title. It's going to be for a little bit later. I think Arms 2 could be one of those titles that's going to be kind of maybe a December title, but it's gonna surprise a lot of people. Obviously, this is all my guesses. It might not even happen. This one's a gimme. I think we're going to see it. I'm pretty sure everybody and their mother is predicting that we're going to see this. So we're gonna be seeing new 3D Mario platformer. Simple. New 3D Mario game, new core Mario platformer. We're gonna see it. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be cool, and it's gonna sell maybe 15 million units. It's not gonna be a launch title. That's another thing. Not gonna be a launch title. A lot of people are saying that New 3D Mario is gonna be a launch title. No, Mario Kart is gonna be the launch title. This one, not launch. Not a launch title. I don't have a whole lot to say about Mario, but let's move on to the next one. Up next, very, very important thing. Very important thing. We talk about the price. We talk about mouse mode. So when is the console going to be released? I mean, well, we're going to have the release date. The release date is going to be June. Now, some people are saying May. May is too soon. July. Some people are saying July. July is viable. I think June is the month. June is prime summer month. You put it on June. You have all those kids coming out from school. They're gonna want to have the new console to be able to play it on summer. You know, June, July, August, and they're gonna be able to, have fun with it, go with their friends with it, all that stuff. June is prime. Even if it's June 29th, I'm not giving you the exact date, what I think it is. I'm just gonna say the broad month of June. But July, August are all viable months. I just think they want to hit while the iron is hot. So June is going to be the month. The first third-party game that I think about when I think Switch 2. The first third-party game that Nintendo would love to have there. And a previous Game of the Year winner, Elden Ring. And it's not just Elden Ring. Elden Ring Complete Edition. It's going to be Elden Ring plus Shadow of the Earth Tree in one package. It's probably going to be $70, maybe even $80, but it's going to have the entire thing. You can play it on your Switch too, and it's going to look gorgeous. And a lot of people are going to flip their minds when they see this. At least, if my prediction is correct. So what is something that a lot of people have asked Nintendo to do, and Nintendo has not done? Especially the Zelda fans. What do they want? Wind Waker, Twilight Princess, take the Wii U versions and put them on Switch. That's what I want. Nintendo didn't want to do this. And why do you ask? My thought process about this is very simple. Instead of getting those, we are getting the Wind Waker remake. We might be getting a full-blown remake of the Wind Waker. You know what that means, right? In my opinion, this is how it could be done. The most impressive graphics that the Switch 2 can handle. It's gonna look much better than the Wii U version, which I think the Wii U version looks nice. But it kind of messes with the original vision. So it's gonna look kind of like a mixture between the Wii U version and the original version in terms of like vibrancy, full voice acting, added elements, probably a brand new dungeon or two, and it's going to be amazing, and I would buy the hell out of this. Yes, I'm putting this because I would love to have a Wind Waker remake. No other reason. I'm willing it into existence. There's a game that's already been announced for Nintendo Switch. It has not been released for Nintendo Switch, and I think you guys know what I'm talking about Nintendo Switch. Which game are we talking about? Metroid Prime 4. Nintendo Switch 2 edition. We are gonna get details on a Nintendo Switch 2 edition of Metroid Prime. It'll be more than just take Metroid Prime 4 for Nintendo Switch and give it mouse controls. It's gonna have better graphics. It's gonna have a better frame rate. We'll come back to that for a second. Just bear with me. Better graphics. Gonna have a better frame rate. It's going to have mouse control. It might not, it might not launch at launch with the Nintendo Switch. With Nintendo Switch 2. That's because it's gonna be released on both Switch and Switch 2 at the same day. But the Switch 2 edition is gonna entice a lot of people like, hey, the Switch 2 edition is right here. I mean, if you still want to play on Switch 1, it's here and it plays great. 900p, 60 frames per second, but if you want a better experience, Switch 2 edition, sure, it's gonna be $70, but you know. Okay, this one is hopeful. This is one is more of my hope and my dream when it comes to Nintendo Switch in general. I want better online. I want better online for the Nintendo Switch. I want them to say, we're gonna have a better online structure. NSO is gonna be better. Playing online with your friends is gonna be better. And I know there's been two things that's been announced, or rather, that's been like shown by FCC trademark thingies. I do believe that Switch 2, we already know that it's gonna have Wi-Fi 6, and that there's some sort of proximity chat happening on the Nintendo Switch 2. Those are good things, but I want something more. I want to know that when I go online and I play Smash Brothers, I'm not gonna get booted out of Smash Brothers match just because the online is crap. I'm paying for online now. We deserve to get good online. So hopefully they're gonna go for better online features. This is just the middle spot, so I'm just gonna leave it a free space unless I can think of something else. This is gonna remain the free space for me. So we're just gonna move on. So remember how what I was talking about Metroid Prime 4, where we're gonna have better graphics, better frame rate? That's because I do believe that we're gonna get a little technical on the Switch 2 Direct. We're not gonna get too technical. Nintendo is never too technical when it comes about talking about their consoles. But we are gonna have to talk about several things, namely upscaling, and something that I'm hoping that Switch 2 also has. That's variable refresh rate. Upscaling and variable refresh rate. I must have both to get this spot. If they just talk about upscaling alone, I don't get this spot. But if they bring VRR as well, I get this spot. I think it's long due for Nintendo to jump onto variable refresh rates so that the games that have spotty refresh rates, or spotty frame rates, can somehow benefit from this. If you don't know what VRR is, oh my gosh, you really should check it out, because it's actually kind of a black magic in some cases. It's really, really cool. So I'm hoping Switch has upscaling, which there's a high probability it has, and I hope it also has VRR. So I'm gonna make a lot of people mad for my prediction here. So what I want and what I hope with here is for GameCube and DS for NSO, but here's a problem. Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive. So they need to sell NSO. They need to give you a reason to buy NSO. So what they're going to do is we're gonna have GameCube and Nintendo DS coming to Nintendo Switch Online, but those are gonna be Nintendo Switch 2 exclusive. Now, what about Wii, you may ask? Hold up, hold your horses. They're not gonna announce Wii NSO yet. That might come in like 2 years time, but they want to make sure, just like they fed you the Nintendo NES and the Super NES sometime later, and then Nintendo 64 later, and then Game Boy later. That's what they're gonna do here. They're gonna just feed you the consoles slowly, one at a time. So you're gonna see GameCube and DS being announced, and maybe we're not gonna see both of those consoles being released at the same time, but they're gonna be announced. But they're Switch 2 exclusive, even though I'm so sure the Switch 1 could do Nintendo DS emulation if they wanted. But they need to sell those subscriptions, and they need to convince you to buy a Switch 2. Another game reveal, and I think we're gonna have a lot of game announcements, or at least game wish list from me here. The next one in line is one that I think makes sense. Persona 3 Reload for Nintendo Switch 2. Very simple. I think Atlas and especially Sega are really buddy-buddy with Nintendo right now. I do believe they understand the value of having their games, especially Persona, come and being on Nintendo. And I think they wanted Persona 3 Reload to be on Switch, but the Switch was not powerful enough for it. So I think Persona 3 Reload will be announced for Nintendo Switch 2 at this Direct. Will it be the complete edition? I don't think so. It might be, but if it is or if it isn't, I still claim the spot. If it's not, then oh well, at least I get Persona 3. This is all about Switch games backwards compatibility. Now, we already know about backwards compatibility, but it's not just knowing that backwards compatibility is happening, it's explaining how backwards compatibility works. how does backwards compatibility works. Our Nintendo Switch 1 game's gonna get enhancements when played on Switch 2. Is it gonna be just a few, or is it gonna be all of them? Is it gonna be like an account system, like you know, you just put your account on Switch 2 and you can just download your Switch 1 titles on Switch 2, and you can just have like the Switch 2 be your main title, and the Switch 2 be your main console, and the Switch 1 be a secondary console, so you can still have your games on the Switch 1 if you want it. I just want to hear how they're gonna do backwards compatibility, and they have to explain it. A lot of people are asking for it. I'm asking for it. Please explain it, Nintendo. I think this is also kind of a gimme. I think people are expecting this to happen. I am expecting it to happen. Final Fantasy VII Remake for Nintendo Switch 2. But it's gonna be, what's it called? Integrate? Is it called Integrate? The full version, the one that's on PC? Yeah, I am correct. I am correct. Okay, Final Fantasy VII Integrate will be announced for Nintendo Switch 2 at the Direct. And this is something very interesting, because this is a game that has not been, that up until now, it has been a PlayStation console exclusive. So they're gonna announce it here. And I'm gonna go a little bit further. After the Direct is over, they announced Final Fantasy Remake, it's gonna be a fun thing. After the Direct is over, Square Enix is gonna drop another trailer on their own YouTube channel. There, they're going to announce that it's also coming to Xbox. So this is not going to be like, oh, Switch is going to get it and Xbox isn't. Xbox is going to get it, but it's just that they're waiting for the Switch 2 to like do the media blitz. Speaking of Xbox, another game announcement that I think is going to happen. So with Xbox, with their whole thing that they're going to have all of their Xbox games can go to other systems. We're going to see the big one. We're going to see the big one at the Switch 2 Direct. Yes, I predict. But the Master Chief Collection, the Halo Master Chief Collection, will be announced on that Direct. It's going to be a big one because it's going to show the support that Microsoft will give to the Nintendo Switch 2. And it will show just how willing Microsoft is to just give everything to other consoles. Just like Final Fantasy VII Remake, once the Direct is over, there's probably going to be another trailer by Xbox which is going to show, oh yeah, Master Chief Collection is also coming to PlayStation. But Nintendo gets first dibs on showing this. So, we know the price. We know when it's going to be revealed. We know some of the games. So, how are we going to get the Nintendo Switch 2? So I think they're going to do a little bit something different for pre-ordering. Sure, you can go to your Best Buys, to your GameStops to pre-order if you want, but you'll be able to pre-order. You'll be able to pre-order at the Nintendo online store. But one more thing that needs to be presented is that you need, okay, you gotta make it smaller so people see that I have a lot to say about it. But there's gonna be something real. You will need an active paid NSO sub to pre-order. So this is gonna be one of my biggest, most out there ones. Nintendo, think back to Alarmo. When they released Alarmo, you could only get it first through the Nintendo Online Store, and you needed, I do believe you needed to have a Nintendo account. So they're going to go one step further for this. Of course, I could be wrong with everything I'm saying here, but they're going to go one step further with this. They're going to say, if you want to pre-order it through us, you can do it. Go to the Nintendo Online Store starting today, April 2nd, and you'll be able to pre-order a Nintendo Switch 2 console, which will arrive at your home on launch day. But in order to curb resellers, scalpers, all that sort of stuff, in order for you to be able to pre-order from us, you need an active paid NSO subscription. I don't know how it's gonna work, because you can order online, bots can order online. Bots can either have accounts to be able to order stuff online. But are the people who handle those bots, are they willing to pay a minimum of $4 for the privilege of ordering these devices? And I'm pretty sure that if they do this, it's going to be a limit of one console per account. My thought process is, this is Nintendo saying, I want these consoles on the people who want to play, the people who want to buy our games, the people who want to enjoy the stuff we make, not on the people who want to resell. Because if you're like me, a Nintendo player, and you already pay for Nintendo Switch Online, why not reward that by saying, hey, you could be some of the first people to be able to buy one of a Switch 2. Because I would love to. I would love that. I would love if Nintendo does this. Because I would jump at the chance of doing this. Hopefully they do this, but of course, for the resellers, there's always GameStop, there's always Best Buy, Walmart, what have you. And of course, this is a global thing. This, what I put here, is a global thing. Not just in the US, Japan, Europe, Greater Asia, everywhere else, South America, if they're gonna do it in South America as well, you'll be able to do this, hopefully. That is my thought process, that this is gonna be a worldwide thing. If it's not worldwide, I don't get this part. Alright, what is one game that a lot of people want? That's been stuck in a prior console, people want to see it to come to HD, with a brand new control method. I know I would love to have this one. Kid Icarus Uprising Remastered. Now, it's not going to be a full-on remake. This is not going to be a full-on remake. Because already the game looks pretty enough on 3DS, so, just clean up the graphics, make sure it's on 1080p minimum, and of course, give it mouse controls so we have, better controls than what we would have with the standard Pro controller. This is gonna be a good remaster that I think a lot of people are going to appreciate, and I hope it happens. I hope they announce it. I hope it comes, because this will be so much fun to have. Okay, just going a little bit technical. I don't expect Nintendo to talk too much about this, but I do expect Nintendo to bring it up and inform us that yes, you need this, and that is that the Nintendo Switch 2 will support micro SD Express. If you don't know what micro Express is, it will be the next step above what we have for micro SD cards. They are way faster than most other micro SD cards, and it would really help with the speed requirements for this next-gen console. I hope they announce it. It's not going to be a big thing. They're probably going to say oh yeah, Nintendo Switch 2 supports micro SD Express for faster loading times. That's all they need to say, and I will be so elated. Bear in mind, micro SD Express does cost more than standard micro SD cards. I'm still gonna get one. So when we saw the announcement, the trailer, there's only one color for Nintendo Switch 2, and that was black. And don't get me wrong, it looks slick. But I don't think Nintendo would be above making other colors for Nintendo Switch 2. So we're gonna see 2 or more color variants. We're gonna see 2 or more color variants on the Direct. Even if it's just the Joy-Con, if it's just, here's the Joy-Con red and blue, or just blue, yellow, white, we're gonna see more color variants so people can customize Nintendo Switch 2 to however they want. Okay, this is my last game. This is the last game that we're going to be seeing, but it's been rumored for a long time that we were gonna see this franchise come back with a brand spanking new game. Simple and to the point. We are gonna get a brand new Donkey Kong game. It's not gonna be a remake. It's not gonna be a remaster. It's not gonna be a port or an NSO release. Brand spanking new Donkey Kong game. Is it 2D or 3D? I don't care. Brand new. Oh, one thing about it. It's not gonna be a side game. It's not gonna be a mini game collection. It's not gonna be a Donkey Konga. It's not gonna be King of Swing. It's not gonna be a racing game. Brand new Donkey Kong game. Whether it's gonna be kind of like a Donkey Kong Country game or like Donkey Kong 64, 3D, it's gonna be brand new Donkey Kong. Now last but certainly not least, another technical thing I think we are gonna be talking about the top USB-C port. And not just saying, if they say, you got a top USB-C port on Nintendo Switch for charging, if they say only that, I don't get this spot. This spot is for if the top USB-C port on the Nintendo Switch 2 is for use for anything other than just charging. Whether it's camera, or you can just connect a Pokédex on it, or you can do wired link mode on that. I don't care, whatever it is that is not just charging. Explain to us that the top USB-C port can be used for a lot of weird and varied things. That's what I want to hear. That's what I want to hear, and hopefully Nintendo is creative enough to let us have that. And that is my Nintendo Switch 2 Direct bingo. So I will glam this up a little bit so it looks a little bit better next time. But just so you know, this is what I hope happens in Nintendo Switch. Will I be right? Will I get a bingo? Tune in on April 2nd. We have a time, but I don't remember the time. I'm gonna put that in post. Tune in on April 2nd, and we'll find out how right or how wrong I was about, all this stuff. Thank you for watching. I hope you have a wonderful, fantastic day. I'm gonna have a hell of a time editing this. See you guys later. Bye.